Hi everybody, I hope you're all okay. Today we're going to have a computing session over Zoom and we're going to be learning all about the internet. So I wonder, do you guys use the internet at home? And if so, what do you use it for? What do you think the internet even is? It's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? It's not something you can see, it's not something you can feel, but it's there. So I know that I use the internet quite a lot for lots of different reasons. If I'm at home, I might use the internet to find a recipe. If I wanted to bake a cake, I could go into Google and I could type in cake recipes and it would bring up lots of different web pages all about different cake recipes and I could choose which one I wanted to use. Or I might want to watch a program on catch up on TV. So I could access the internet through my TV or through my computer and it would allow me to access lots of different TV programs that have been on already. Or I might use it for social media, and you guys might even use it for communicating with each other, so talking to each other using different game platforms. And at school, I use it quite a lot as well. I might use it for Class Dojo, so I can speak to all of your parents, and I can put all the pictures and videos up of the things you guys have been doing. And also, I use it for the register. So when I do the register in the morning, I see if you're here. Then I will click save, and it will send it over to Mr. Abiki, and he's got a record then of everybody who's in school. And also, I bet you guys have seen when I'm busy and I've had my emails up that I send messages to people. So I might send a message to Miss Allen, I might send one to Mr. Abbott, depending on different things that I need to communicate with each other. Okay, so the internet is a very important thing and it allows us to do lots of different things with it as well. So like I said, the internet isn't something you can necessarily see, but it's there. Okay, and it allows us to connect all of our different devices. So that might be your laptops, your computers, your tablets, your phones. It can connect them all together in a big central hub so we can all access the internet. Now, in your house, if you've got the internet, you'll probably be able to see there is an internet hub. Okay, it's like a big box, and that sends out a signal to all of your devices so that they can access the internet. But that hub will be wired in somewhere. So there'll be a little plug. There'll probably be one that plugs it into the electricity socket so that it's got power. And there'll be another plug that's got lots of little wires in, which connects everybody's internet hubs together so they can all access the internet and they can communicate with each other. So if I wanted to send a message to Miss Allen through email, then it would connect my computer up with her computer and it'd allow me to send that information over to her. Okay, and I'm going to show you then what we can do to access the internet. I'm going to share my screen, hopefully, if everything goes well, so that you guys can see what different ways we can access the internet. Okay, I'm just going to move that over. So this is on my computer then. This is my desktop just here. I've kept it quite clean to make it quite simple. So I've got my USB stick just here, and I've got some documents just in there. Now I'm going to go onto this one just here, okay? Now this is my web browser and I'm using Google Chrome. So Google Chrome allows me to access the internet and more specifically, the World Wide Web, which is www. So you've probably seen that sometimes. If you're accessing a website, it will say www. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over the Google Chrome icon, just like that. And it will allow me to access my search engine. And my search engine that I'm using is Google. Okay, so if I want to search lots of different things, I could type it into Google and Google connects all of these web pages together in one place so I can access them really easily. So on Google, I've got two different ways that I can search the internet or the World Wide Web in this case. Okay, so I can use this search bar at the top just here. Okay, and in there I can type in a web address. So I could type in www. So say for instance, if I wanted to look at BBC, I could type in www.bbc.co.uk and I press search and I can see that it's going to take me onto the BBC's webpage and I can find all the information out that I need to about the news or about anything else. Okay, now if I go back, that'll take me back to Google again. Now, if I want to be more specific and I wanted to find out some information, now I'm thinking that I'd like us to find out about polar bears, okay, because we're going to be doing a non-chronological report all about polar bears in a couple of weeks. And I think today would be a good opportunity to find out some more information. Now, in the search bar just here, okay, I can type in whatever I want to find out about polar bears. And I can be specific, which means I'm being really precise on finding some information, or I could be really broad, which means I can be really wide. So for instance, I could type in, oops, it's not letting me do that. I could type in polar bears, like that, and press search or press enter. And it will bring me up lots of different options just here. So I've got lots of different web pages all about polar bears. Okay, and I could also find some images if I wanted to, or some videos, or whatever it might be. I could see some pictures of polar bears just here. They look very cute, don't they? I like them. or I could click onto a web page. So this one's the World Wildlife Organization. And here it tells me all about polar bears. Okay, so this is a web page, and that's where the World Wildlife Organization, sorry, it's a bit difficult to say, have put lots of information together all about polar bears. They've put their information in one place and they've uploaded it onto Google so that you guys can access it all together. Okay, so I could go back there. Now, also on here, I could be a little bit more specific as well about what I wanted to say. So instead of just saying polar bears, I could say, let me think, oops, why it's doing that. There we go. I could say, where do polar, oh, and I can see already it's come up there, where do polar bears live? And straight away it's brought a page up and it says the Arctic. So I found out the information, and luckily it's the same information that I've been telling everybody else as well. So hopefully I should be right. Okay. Also, you could type in different questions. You might say, what do polar, oh, there we go. It's brought it up again for me. So I know it's predicting what I'm going to say. So here it could say, what do polar bears eat? And it will bring up another website. So I'm going to click on this one just here, the National Wildlife Federation. And on here, it will tell me somewhere about what polar bears eat. So I might use my skimming skills to be able to search for what they eat. But I also know, if I just go back for a second, it brought up the key bits of information just here. So it tells me about them eating seals. Or if I go down to this one, it says polar bears diet, which might be a little bit more specific, again, with the World Wildlife Organization. And it tells me, there we go, they eat seals. So it's the same bits of information. It's those specific types of ringed seals. Okay. So you need to be thinking about when you're searching, do you want to just search about all types of polar bears and just learn lots of different bits of information, like on this one? Or do you want to be more specific? Okay. So you could even type in, like this, I can see it says habitat. So that's where it lives. So I've got those 3 words being really specific, finding out the information about polar bears. Now, to help you guys, sometimes when you find the web pages, they get a little bit complicated. Okay, they're a little bit confusing. So you might open a page up and you might think, what on earth is this saying? I can't find one at the moment. Let's have a look. Wikipedia sometimes can be a little bit complicated for children. And it might say lots of information that you think, oh, goodness me, do you know what? This is a little bit too difficult for me to read. Now, if you find a web page that's like that, then all you need to do is click off of it, okay? And you can type in, back at the search bar up here, you can type in kids next to it. And sometimes I find if I type in kids, then it gives me more information about it. Okay, here we go, look, there's more accessible for children. So I've got National Geographic Kids, polar bear facts for children. Okay, so that should hopefully be a little bit more accessible and easy for you guys to read. Okay, now also when you first go onto Google, you'll see there's a couple of ones here that say AD or ad. Now these ones are advertisements, okay? So that means that these web pages have paid Google to be right at the top. So Google are getting money because these people have put them up there. Now I can see habitats for kids, that one might be important. Now sometimes we might just ignore those ones because it might not be as relevant to us, but sometimes they might be useful. But I can see this one here. This one is a fact sheet that's printable. It might be something I have to, oh, it says it's free, but it might not be exactly what I want. So just be a bit careful with those ones. They might not be as useful as you think they would be. Okay. Now, just like always, when you're accessing the internet, sometimes, unfortunately, we find things that we don't like that might make us feel a bit uncomfortable and we might not like them. Now, if you went onto a web page and you thought, oh, goodness me, I do not like the look of that. It makes me feel a bit sad. It makes me feel a bit unhappy. All you need to do is go straight to that red cross in the corner. And as soon as you press that red cross, it's gone. Okay. Or if you're on a computer or a tablet, you can just turn it away and look at it, not look at it. And you can ask a parent or someone in the house to help you get rid of that. Okay. So that's just making sure that we're being safe on the internet, as we have mentioned before in our computing lessons. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to press the red cross just there, and that makes it go away. Okay. So for today's session then, what I would like you to do is have a little look and have an explore. See if you can find out some information about polar bears. Okay. You could write down some bullet points for me with some facts and some information about where polar bears live, what they eat, how long they live for, why their fur is white. If there's any other bits of information that might be important for us going forwards, learning about the Arctic and about polar bears. Okay. So that would be really useful to do. So the key bits that we've learned today then is we learned that the internet is a big system that allows all the computers to connect together. We can access the World Wide Web which is lots of bits of web pages all put together with bits of information for us. And we can use our search engine, which I use Google Chrome, to access the World Wide Web. And that put me onto a search engine, which was called Google. And that allowed me to search all these different web pages. And a web page was just a page on Google that somebody had asked to upload onto it, which had lots of information all about different things. So although we looked at polar bears, you might find in web pages about crabs, or you might find it about Morrison's if you want to do your shopping online, okay? All those different pages are all in one place. Now, I know that's a lots of information to take in one go. So don't worry, if you want to watch the video again, you can do. All right, guys, hope you've enjoyed that, and I will speak to you all soon. See you later. Bye.